Good morning, students. Well, this is Vikas Upadhyay. Welcome back to our another digital GK classes, where we learn our next chapter from our syllabus, which is name is figurative language. A language which is used to convey a complicated meaning, colorful writing, clarify or evocative comparison. And if we talking about the definition about figurative language is used when you describe something by comparing it with something else. Comparing it with something else. Okay. So students, figurative language refer to a language that deviates from the conventional order and meaning in order to convey a complicated meaning, colorful writing, clarity or evocating comparison. It uses an ordinary sentence to refer a something without directly starting it. It is important, or it is understanding figurative language is an important part if you are reading the management discussion and analysis (MDA). When management may use a metaphor to help explain complicated concepts or direction that the company is talking. Okay, so in your book, the chapter figurative language, here are some figurative languages which we used in our daily to daily life. First one is alliteration. Alliteration, you can say the repetition of usually first consonant sound in two or more neighboring words or syllables. Yeah, syllables. Or you can say repetition of letter or word. If we take an example to understand this, the example is the wild and woolly. The wild and woolly walrus waits and wonders when we will walk by. This particular sentence where wild, woolly, walrus waits, wonders when we will walk. In all the words, only one letter are repeated. The word is W, which is repeated so many times if we are talking about in the term of alliteration. Okay students, now second word is assonance. Second word is assonance. Another word is assonance. Assonance usually we can say a resemblance of sound in words or syllables. Resemblance of words or syllables in a sound. We're talking about the example of syllables is holy and stony, and fleet feet. Holy, there is an holy and stony, and fleet feet, and or and to describe the assonance, which we can say this is the figurative language. Next is cliché. CLICHE. Students, cliché, you can say a word or phrases that has become a word or phrases that have become overly familiar or commonplace. Overly familiar or commonplace. Students, again I repeat the definition of cliche. A word or phrases. A word or phrases that have become overly or familiar or commonplace. And if I talk about the example, how can we understand this is a cliche or another figurative languages which. So here is an example: no pain, no gain. If you are not going to hard work, you will not get success or achieve anything in your life. Without hard work, you can't got whatever you want. Okay, students. Next one is hyperbole. Hyperbole. Hyperbole, you can say that big exaggeration. Big exaggeration. EXAGGERATION. Big exaggeration, usually with humor. And I know you all understand about the word humor. Okay, friends. So hyperbole is an exaggeration that is created to emphasize a point or bring out a sense of humor. Bring out a sense of humor. It is often used in everyday conversation. We used to hyperbole in our daily conversation with anyone. So without the speaker noticing it, the exaggeration is so outrageous, or that no one believe that it is true. No one believe the exaggeration which is used in hyperbole is true. It is used to add depth and color to a statement. Depth or a color to a statement. Okay. So an example of hyperbole, I can say that I would die for you. I would die for you. Now the sentence does not necessarily mean that one person is literally willing to die for the other. So that is why I told in my previous word, the exaggeration in hyperbole, the exaggeration is so outrageous that no one would believe that it is true or false. So the example, I would die for you, and also this sentence never say that a person is going to die for someone, but it used to exaggerate the amount of love that one person has for another person. One person has to another person. That is only used to show the extent of affection. If we are talking about another example, mile high ice cream cones. Mile high ice cream cones. And another example, if I am going to tell you, I have told you a million times to wash the dishes. Now anyone or me also or you also, if you say going to say that wash your dishes 100 or a million times, that means that person not going to wash their dishes for a million or 100 million or many times. Okay, this is called hyperbole. Next one is items. Students, idioms, you can say that a characteristic modes of expression. Or a language peculiar to a group of people. If I am talking about the example of idioms is ceasing at the top of her lung. She sing a song with the top of her lungs. This is known as idioms. Now we're talking about metaphor. We're talking about next one is metaphor. Metaphor is a statement. Metaphor is a statement that compare two things that are not alike. That are not alike. Unlike simile, metaphors do not use the word like or as. Such statements only make sense when the reader understands the connection between the two things being compared. When two things going to be compared. If I'm talking about an example, a popular metaphor is time is money. So here comparison between time and money. If you're talking about, you usually hear from your parents or any elders always told you or also going to tell that time is money. The statement compare time and money, and it does not literally mean that amount of time. There is not getting the meaning. If you have a lot of time, then you have a lot of money. No, the meaning that amount of time you have equals to the money that you have. Instead, it means that time is a valuable resource and it should be used effectively to earn money. Any time wasted means that a person loses the chance to make more money. If you do your work within time or never waste your time to another activity which are not going to make money, that means you wasted your time, then you also wasted your money. That is why popular metaphor is time is money. Okay, another example of metaphor is if I am talking about the warrior has a heart of stone. The warrior has a heart of stone. Okay, students. So metaphor is compare two things by using one kind of object or using one place of another to suggest the links between them is known as metaphor. Okay. So her hair was silk. It is another example of metaphor. After metaphor, next one is onomatopoeia. This is a language that names something or an action by imitating the sound associated with it. They add some reality to the writing. They add some reality to the writing. If I'm talking about example of onomatopoeia, like a fireplace heater hissed and cracked. The fireplace heater hissed and cracked. Next one, another example of onomatopoeia is the truck engine roared as it climbed the hill. The truck, when going to climb to the hill, the engine of that truck roared. Okay, so onomatopoeia is naming a thing or an action by imitating the sound associated with is known as onomatopoeia. Next one is personification. Now, personification is a type of figurative language that gives human characteristic to non-living object. personification. This is a type of figurative language. Figurative language that gives human characteristic to non-living object. Using personification. If they using personification or affect the way reader imagine things. Affect the way the reader imagine the things, and it spoke as interest in the subject. If I'm talking about the example of personification is the sun greeted me when I woke up. Sun greeted me when I woke up. In the example, the morning, the sun is non-human object. I know you know that the morning and human is not a living thing, so it is also a non-human object, but has been given human characteristic, since greeting can only be performed by living creature. One example of personification is April is the coolest month of the year. Why the coolest month of the year is April? Because I think the summer is on top in that time or that month. That is why the example that is why the April is the coolest month of the year. Okay, so this is known as personification, where giving something human qualities to non-human object. Okay, next one or last one is simile. Next one is simile. Now, simile is a figure of speech. Simile is a figure of speech that compare two unlike things and uses the words like or as, and they are commonly used in everyday communication. Commonly, like, as, these all are words which are used in our daily communication. Okay, so what is simile? Is a figure of speech that compare two unlike things and uses the word like and as in our daily communication. And a simile is used with the aim of sparking interesting concern or connection to the reader's mind. If I'm talking about the example of simile, is the cat sat in the chair. The cat sat in the chair like a king overlooking his kingdom. The example, the cat sat in the chair like a king and overlooking his kingdom. So the cat sitting posture is compared to that the king who relaxed on his chair, on her chair, where a special chair that is reserved for him and not any other person in the kingdom. So the cat sat in the chair and overlooking his kingdom. Okay, another example of simile is the boy was brave as a lion in the jungle. So there is a comparison between boy and lion. Boy braveness is compared with the lion. This is known as simile. Okay, so this is all about figurative language which comes into your chapter figurative